guys, happy Saturday. I hope you all are having an awesome weekend. We are a little over a week away from the group starting. I am so excited. I hope you guys are too. I just wanted to make a quick video answering some common questions I've received from a few people. So I figured I would just answer them and then send it off, and then that might just be a little bit easier. So if you haven't received, I'm pretty sure most people should have received your package already. If you haven't, I'm guessing you will be in the next couple days. So you can just put a pin in this until you receive it and look through everything if you have any questions. But I just wanted to touch on the meal plan. And share some tips and tricks that kind of help me get acclimated to it, and then just address some concerns that I've heard from a few challengers as well. So I know when you're first looking through it and you're like looking at the containers, one, they seem tiny. I promise you're going to be probably eating way more than you even feel like you want to on this program. I know the containers seem tiny, but I promise you're going to be eating a lot of food. So there's that. And then also I know it can seem kind of restrictive and like super overwhelming when you're reading all the rules and the different food groups. Then there's just all this stuff that you have to focus on. And like, I know it can seem like, oh gosh, what did I just get myself into? I promise you'll get used to it. It's not that bad. It's just like anything else. We've all probably tracked our food in some way or another at some point in our lives, either by like calories or points or percentages of whatever. So it's just like another thing you have to track. Once you get used to it, you just start to think in containers, and I promise it's not difficult. But some tips and tricks that helped me. When I first got the program, I just took a couple days and I just tried to fit what I would normally eat into the structure of the program to see where I needed to make adjustments. So like what I normally would eat for breakfast and things I normally take for snacks and meals that I would normally eat. I just like tracked it kind of in the same way so that I could see where I needed to play with things. So like an example for me, I realized I eat a lot of healthy fats, which are bad, but I eat a lot of them, and I wasn't eating actually many carbs, and I wasn't having that much fruit, and sometimes I wasn't eating enough veggies or protein. So you kind of just, you'll see really fast where you're going to want to make those adjustments. And then once you know that, then you can kind of factor that into like your meal prep and your shopping and figuring out the snacks you want and the meals and like all that jazz. So my suggestion is next week before the group starts, just take a few days. If you have an iPhone, there's a 21-Day Fix app, which is amazing. It literally tracks everything you need. It's super easy to use. So I would highly recommend downloading that. But so next week, I would recommend just like take a couple days and look at what you're eating and plug it into the system so that you can see where you need to go from there. And then once you're done with that, you can start planning accordingly. So if you're someone that likes like wraps and salads and pastas and stuff, then this is like perfect for you, because those are just a dumping ground of whatever you need them to be. You can put the proteins, the veggies. I put fruit in my salad sometimes. You can mix up the dressings. Like those are awesome. I know some people aren't crazy about those and also don't want to eat the same thing every single day. So my tip number 2 is just go on Pinterest and look for 21-Day Fix recipes. You're going to get like 47,826, probably more than that, hits. And just kind of like start looking for things that you might want to try. Look at the ingredients list, see what's going to be easy, what you want to go for. I mean, they literally have a 21-Day Fix recipe for like every genre of food you could possibly imagine. So those are my two tips for just kind of getting in the swing of things before the group kicks off. And once you have that down, I promise it will be just like a piece of cake. Tip number 3, the final one for the meal plan, is you're going to want to get in the habit of doing a little bit of meal prep on the weekends, or if you don't work on Monday through Friday, like on a day off that you have, just because it's going to set you up for success for the following week. So you don't have to plan out everything you're going to be eating 7 days in advance. That's so not what I'm saying. But at least like have your proteins cooked and have your vegetables chopped. Have an idea of what you're going to be eating. Make sure you have the food in your home that you're going to need to make the recipes so that you're not scrambling. And I think we can all agree that it's when we don't have healthy foods to go to is when we make bad decisions and when we have like cheats or whatever. So if you just set yourself up for success like that, that's literally half the battle right there. So if you need ideas or, anything like that, you could certainly let me know. But just kind of you're going to want to start thinking about these things in the next week before the group kicks off next Monday. So the only other thing I just wanted to mention, because I have gotten this question a couple times as well, you probably noticed that you're going to need weights for these workouts. And it doesn't specify how heavy of the weight it needs to be. So on most of the workouts, it asks you to have 2 different sets of weights, a lighter pair and a heavier pair. For me, I use fives and tens, but it kind of just depends on your like where you're at with your skill level and how hard you want to push yourself. And also like what you have. If you have fives and eights sitting around your house, like certainly you don't have to go buy new weights. But fives and eights, fives and tens, eights and tens, threes and fives, those are kind of common pairings that people use when they're first starting 21 Day Fix. You can get them pretty cheap on like Amazon, Walmart, Target, OfferUp even. And if you don't want to buy them, you can like actually find household stuff like bottles of wine. Those are really good to use, or cans, or you can get a resistance band. There's going to be someone in all the workouts that's using a resistance band as well, and those can be a little easier to if you want to buy one of those instead. So totally up to you. Let me know if you have any other questions about the weights. I feel like I'm forgetting something else that somebody asked me, and I'm a little brain dead today because I'm studying for a licensing exam for work, so I'm just all over the place. But if I forgot anything, I'll definitely let you guys know. I'll put my phone number in the message for those of you that don't have it, and you can just let me know if you have any questions. I am so stoked. I hope you guys are too. Let me know if there's anything I can help you prep with, or if you have any questions in this coming week, and we will be in touch next weekend as we are getting the group ready to kick off on Monday. So I hope you guys have a great weekend and a great week, and I just can't wait for this all to start next weekend. Bye.